Yo, what's up? Yeah, I got something new here, nothing too expensive. I used to have this same kind of cowboy gun, this double barrel coach gun. I had one a long time ago, and I always missed it. The only thing I didn't like about the last one that I had was it had choke tubes in it, and I don't know. I don't like a coach gun with choke tubes in it. It's just supposed to be a plain out double barrel shotgun. Now this one's about the same quality as my last one, and they're really reasonable. And if you want something, this is a great. Yeah, I know they're going to be giving me Joe Biden jokes now. It just so happens that right after he said that, Micah Double Action got one of these in, and when I seen the price, I'm like, oh man, for that price, I can't go wrong. I said, I gotta get one of these. What's good about these types of shotguns is they're very easy to use. You don't get a lot of ammunition in them. That's the only thing. But if you had, like, if I left my wife home, like my wife, if my wife had to use my, if she had to use my pump shotgun, she'd have a hard time with it. And like, I'd even probably have a little bit of a hard time with it, because you got to remember that slide release button. If you don't push that slide release button in, it's not going to work. And when you're under stress, or especially her, if she needed something to protect herself, and she couldn't think fast with that slide release button, because that's just like another safety. You got a safety, and you got that. You know, you got two safeties really. What's great about these is I don't use. It has a thumb safety here. I don't put it on. I just leave it on red. What's good about this is if I left this home with her and she needed to use this, it'd be no problem. And, you know, because all she'd have to do, well, it would automatically be loaded, okay? That's how you load it. You just slide this lever over and you load it. Now this is a Century Arms double barrel shotgun. They're like middle of the road quality. They're not real high quality, but they don't make bad stuff. I had a lot of AKs from Century Arms and they all worked good. And for $300, man, this can protect your home. To a gun owner that's really not up on guns, it's pretty simple to use. What I would do is load it, and since there's only 2 shells, you can only put 2 rounds in there. You might as well put something in there that's going to do some damage. So I would put double-aught buck in here and just leave it loaded. And what's good about this type of coach gun, there's different types. This one has hammers on it. It has double hammers, 2 triggers. And what's good about that is the last one I had, when you opened it and loaded it and then closed it, it was cocked. And the you know, the spring would be under tension all the time. With this one, when you open it, load it, close it, the spring's not under any tension because you have the hammers here. So all my wife would have to do if she had to use this is just pull the hammers back. And that's it, it's ready to fire. So this is something that's very inexpensive. You can keep loaded, of course, in your safe, locked up in your safe, but you can keep it loaded and it won't stress out the springs. It'll always be ready to go. And all you gotta do is cock the hammers back. So that's just pretty cool with these. I think it's pretty nice for the money. It's got real nice wood. It's got a great looking wood stock on there. I looked at it close. The metal work is not the best, but it's not atrocious. But the wood stock is really beautiful. It's like a dark walnut. The checkering is really nice for the money. And you can load 2 3/4 and 3-inch shells in this chamber. And I thought it was pretty cool. Just something to pick up. I miss mine. The cool thing is about this one too, it's a 20-inch barrel. So that means if I ever want to do a project video, maybe if I want to cut it down to an 18-inch barrel, that's something I can do for a video. show you guys how to do that. Cut the barrel, blue the end of it, put a new bead sight on it. We've done that before, but we haven't done it with a double barrel. There's the business end of it. And I shot it today. I shot about a half a box of Winchester white box. And guess what? I thought the recoil was going to be atrocious, but it's just got a really nice fat rubber recoil pad on here, which you don't see on these too often. Usually it's flat metal, you know, it kills you. And it wasn't bad at all. You know, I shot bird shot out of it, nothing real heavy. I just wanted to see if it operated. I was having a little issue. Once the shells are fired, they swell up and it's hard to open it again. Okay, say I fired a shell, bang, and I fired the other one, bang, and then when I go to open it, it's a bitch to get open. So what that tells me is after the shell goes off, the casing, aluminum or brass, is swelling up and it's hard for this to open. Now I can open it, but it's really hard to open. If she had to open it, I don't think she could open it. So that's an issue. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to do about that, because it really is very hard to open once the shells have been discharged. They swell up and it's hard to open. You really gotta, I mean, if you go like this and you're trying to open it, it won't open. You gotta really snap it hard to open that sucker up. So I don't know a lot about these. I'm familiar with them a little bit. If any of you guys have any experience with them and yours does the same thing, maybe around here, maybe it needs a little room around here with sandpaper or something, I don't know. The phone, nobody leaves me alone all day long. People call me all day, guys. All day long. It doesn't stop. But other than that, it shot real well. It shot very straight, very accurate. It made one big hole in the center. And it was fun to shoot. Now there's one thing I don't like about it. There's another thing I don't like about it. And you gotta remember, this isn't a high-end gun. This lever here that goes side to side, when you grab it like this, it is a lot of play in it, up and down. That is poor machine work. That's what that is. If you take this screw out, this is cut. This has a square cut out of it, and it slides over a square shaft. And what they did was, at the factory, they made this square hole in this just a hair too big. And that's why no matter how much you tighten that nut down, it's going to move. That irritates the shit out of me. That's unacceptable. Someone's a jerk off. That sucks. I might be able to fix that. I could take the screw out and put a rubber O-ring in there and squeeze it down, and it might take a lot of that out of it. This really doesn't get hot, this part of the gun. I can try that, but I'm telling you, that's one thing I do not like. But as far as a double barrel cowboy gun, if I had to grab this and just use it, it would work. I wouldn't have nothing to worry about. But like I said, after the shells are fired, it's really hard to open this thing up. But it's really pretty. $300 a double action. Couldn't pass it up, man. Couldn't pass it up. And I want to get the record straight. My man that made me this bat, the company that made this bat, GT Wholesale, did correct it and send me a new bat. I told him he didn't have to do that. He did not have to do that. I just markered that they put 2 L's on channel by accident. So it was just an accident. But it did make a whole brand new one and sent me a brand new one. It got here. It was here yesterday. That's how fast they got here. Just to show you how great their customer service is. They don't mess around. And I want to thank you, Paul. You didn't have to do that, man. That was a great response time, and thanks for correcting that. But it would have been fine. The other bat would have been fine, but I know you're just trying to show you have good customer service, which you do. That proves it right there. Okay? A company that didn't have customer service, that plays it cheap, and there's real cheap, they would never do that for you. So, there you go. Thank you, Paul. Just want to get that record straight. So let me know what you think of the Coach gun. I think they're cool. I didn't pull both triggers at once. I didn't try that. I know a lot of people are going to say, did you give it both barrels? No. I just gave it a little function test, and it got a, for me, it failed because, like I say, I mean, if I was in a situation and I shot it and I couldn't open it up to reload it again, what the fuck good is it, right? So I'm going to look into that. If I can correct that problem, I would really like to hang on to this and keep this. It's really cool looking. That's all I got today, man. I'll see you guys soon.